You've seen them in video games. You've heard their name in action films. You've read the legends, cloaked in shadow and blood. The assassins. In pop culture, they're mythic killers, silent, ruthless, vanishing into the dark. But the truth? It's far more chilling. This isn't just a story of blades in the night. It's the birth of ideological terror, of fear used as a weapon, a secret network that struck without warning, defied empires, and rewrote the rules of power. This is the true story of the Order of Assassins and how they almost changed the course of history. You're watching Hidden in History, where the shadows still speak. Our story begins not with blood, but with belief. In the 11th century, a brilliant Persian scholar named Ḥasan-i Ṣabbāḥ broke with the dominant Islamic rulers of the time. He was an Ismaili Shia, a member of a persecuted minority who believed the rightful leadership of Islam had passed down through a hidden line of imams. But even among his own sect, divisions tore the faithful apart. Hassan fled from Cairo to Persia, hunted and outnumbered. But he had a vision, not to conquer the world, but to outwit it. In the year 1090, Hassan seized Alamut Castle, a remote stronghold perched high in the Elburz Mountains. Not through siege, but through conversion. The guards welcomed him in. He converted them, or replaced them. Without a battle, he gained a fortress, and from its stone towers, he would change the meaning of fear. Hassan created a new type of warrior, the Fidahi, meaning the one who sacrifices. These weren't common soldiers. They were scholars, linguists, masters of disguise and close quarters killing. They memorized their targets' routines, infiltrated enemy courts, and waited, sometimes for years. When the time came, they would strike with precision, in markets, in mosques, in royal gardens. They did not kill to spread chaos. They killed to send a message. No one is untouchable. The first great victim of the assassins was Nizam al-Mulk, the Grand Vizier of the Seljuk Empire, the most powerful Sunni figure of his time. In 1092, a Fidai disguised as a wandering Sufi gained access to him and struck. A single stab, a single body. But the consequences were enormous. The Seljuk court descended into suspicion and infighting. The empire trembled. This wasn't just murder. It was psychological warfare, centuries before the term existed. Over the next decades, the assassins built a web across the Islamic world. Fortresses dotted the mountains of Persia and Syria. Sleeper agents settled in cities as imams, servants, scribes, even bodyguards. They made few public statements. They held no territory and claimed no throne. But they issued warnings. A dagger laid on a pillow, a note placed in a turban, a whisper in the ear of a ruler, spoken by a man who vanished the next morning. And sometimes, the warning was a corpse in daylight. They didn't need armies. They had certainty, and fear did the rest. The assassins had no allies. The Sunni Abbasid caliphs declared them heretics. The Seljuk sultans sent armies to destroy them. Even the Shia Fatimids, from whom they'd once split, wanted them dead. Yet somehow they survived and thrived. For nearly 200 years, they resisted all attempts to crush them, outliving kings, outlasting crusades, outmaneuvering empires. They weren't invisible, but they were inevitable. So where does the word assassin come from? Their enemies, particularly Sunni Muslims, called them hashashin, hashish users. According to legend, they were drugged and shown visions of paradise to make them fearless in death. Marco Polo claimed the assassins were given wine and women in gardens, then told paradise awaited if they obeyed. But today, most historians believe the hashish story was exaggerated propaganda, a way to dismiss them as deluded fanatics rather than strategic visionaries. Still, the term hashashin stuck, and in European tongues it became assassin. The word no longer meant drug addict. It meant killer. Over the next century, their targets became more daring and more symbolic. Reynald of Châtillon, a brutal crusader who harassed Muslim pilgrims, was cornered and killed. Conrad of Montferrat, soon to be king of Jerusalem, was stabbed by two fidais in disguise. A long list of judges, viziers, and princes fell under their knives, not in shadow but in front of witnesses. Their killings weren't hidden. They were spectacles, surgical messages from an invisible hand. In 1256, the Mongols came. Led by Hulagu Khan, they stormed Alamut, razed its libraries, and butchered its people. The age of the assassins ended in fire and blood, but their legend never died. From the Templars of Europe to the spies of Renaissance Italy, whispers of a hidden hand lived on. They proved that power doesn't always need armies. Sometimes all it needs is a whisper, a dagger, and a message the world can't ignore. The assassins tried to change the world, and in some ways they did. Because even now in our politics, in our fears, in our very language, they still exist. You just have to know where to look.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. This will help us to create more videos.